The hardest pill I had to swallow as an autistic person is that people are not as good as you are. People do not mean what they say. People do not have good intentions for you. All of that. Like, just because you would do something or just because somebody says something, and but that's not what it means. Like, that's the hardest thing I had to realize. Like, people will say something to you with negative intention.
The autistic brain on default settings is one of the purest, most genuine things that we have on this planet, really and truly. The unfortunate thing about this autistic brain on default settings is that it's not primed to help you survive. You realize that the way that you are, other people are not like that. You're kind, you're gracious. You'll give people your shirt off your back. When you say one thing, you mean that thing. When you say you're going to do something, more times than not, you generally do that thing. When you say you like somebody, you like somebody. When you say you don't like somebody, or that you don't like a certain thing, you don't really like those things. You do the things that you want to do, and you don't do the things that you don't want to do. If the rest of the world operated this way, things would be so much easier. But unfortunately, we don't live in a world that operates like that. So this presents a unique challenge where you have to understand that maybe you're right. Sometimes you're right, but in this neurotypical world, you're wrong. All right? So sometimes the things that you believe and the things that you say and do are correct. That's how things are. But if you do what you know is right, and I hate to say this, it sounds so bad coming out of my mouth, but if you do what you know is right, if you do what you know is the correct way to do things, you can be penalized for it. Sorry. I really hate that. And it forces you to have to mask. It forces you to be somebody that you're not in order to fit in with other people. And the bad thing about this is that it destroys the beautiful person that you are. But sometimes you get so sick of the beautiful person that you are because that's not helping you get anywhere in life. People are getting past you. People are getting ahead of you. Now, I'm not saying that shortcuts are the way to go, but there are certain things in this neurotypical world that it's the status quo. People like to step over people. People like to monkey branch. People like to network with the intention of getting ahead in life. And if people are networking around you and they're making moves laterally and they're getting past you, not to say you should be worried about that, but if you network with the intention of just meeting good people, you could get left behind. And this is one of the reasons why half of autistic people after the age of 18 never find paid employment. How can you navigate corporate America when you have a peer soul? This sounds really bad to say. Sounds awful to say, but how can you make the necessary advancements and achievements in your life? How can you take care of your family if you're doing everything by the book? All right, and I'm not telling you to not do things by the book, but I just want people to understand the challenge that is presented here. That as a neurodivergent person and as an autistic person who more than likely isn't playing these social games, what you see is what you get. The rest of the world doesn't operate like that. So the autistic individual who is able to make strides in their life and they are able to do amazing and wonderful things is more than likely a person who has that pure and genuine spirit, but they realize that they have to compartmentalize and that sometimes the right thing isn't necessarily the right thing. It's a tough world that we live in, but it still is a good world. You gotta be optimistic, right?